We recently took a look at the 7 countries who are the most passionate about football, and it got us thinking about the opposite. Football is by far and away the most popular sport on the planet. Just look at this map, for example. The green is football, in case you hadn't gathered. Crucially though, not the entirety of the map is green, and today we're taking a look at some countries where football, or soccer, does not reign supreme. Here are 7 countries where football isn't the most popular sport. Australia. Believed to be one of the most active populations on Earth, from both in school to in their adult life, Australians play an awful lot of sport. Aussie rules football, cricket, and rugby league enjoy enormous popularity, as do rugby union, tennis, and on the playing side of things at least, golf. There is certainly a lot of love for football in Australia, and the A-League continues to grow, but the tremendous enthusiasm for AFL, and cricket in particular, mean it doesn't take top spot. The upcoming World Cup finals in Russia will be Australia's 5th World Cup, and they have produced the likes of Tim Cahill, Mark Viduka, and Harry Kewell, which isn't bad for a nation where soccer doesn't rule the roost. Canada. If you were trying to guess countries where football isn't number 1, you could do a lot worse than just naming cold countries where it snows a lot. Canada ticks those 2 boxes, and indeed football is not the nation's number 1. That title goes to ice hockey, which enjoys huge support, with 7 Canadian teams competing in the NHL, including Montreal Canadiens, who are the most successful franchise in the league. Football is continuing to grow in Canada, being played in large numbers, especially among young people, and Toronto FC had the 3rd highest average attendance in the MLS last season. Canada have only ever qualified for the World Cup once, back in 1986. The likes of Jonathan de Guzman and Owen Hargreaves were born in Canada, but the best player to represent the country is probably Dwayne de Rosario. The USA. There is great debate over which sport is the most popular across the pond in the United States, but one thing is for sure, it's not soccer. Historically it has been baseball, but American football is now the most watched sport in the States, whilst bowling is the most played. Basketball and ice hockey also enjoy widespread popularity, and together with those 4, soccer makes up the United States' 5 major league sports. As with the others, soccer is only growing in America, and the fact that the heartbed of its support lies in youngsters can only bode well for the future of the game there. The 2018 World Cup will be the first that the US men's national team has missed since 1986. Lithuania. Very unusually for a European country, football is not the most popular sport in Lithuania. That title goes to basketball, which is both the sport Lithuanians love most and the one in which they have enjoyed the most success. Lithuania ranks 4th in the world when it comes to basketball, whilst their national football team is ranked 133rd. Basketball has been described as Lithuanians' 2nd great passion, behind Catholicism, whilst football battles it out with athletics and cycling for 2nd place. Lithuania have never qualified for the World Cup and don't look like doing so anytime soon, unless FIFA eventually expand the tournament to 175 teams of course. India. Football, or soccer, is arguably now the 2nd most popular sport in India, and a large number of Indians are enormously passionate about it. It's difficult to see cricket ever being overtaken as India's number 1 though, given the tremendous fan base the sport enjoys in the 2nd most populated country on Earth. The Indian Premier League is the world's premier T20 cricket league, and it averages attendances higher than Serie A. Although football in India enjoys much support, the quality of the domestic league and national team still have a great deal of room to improve. Finland. The 2nd European nation in this 7, we told you to go cold, and if you guessed Finland, you'd have been bang on the money. The 25th most populated country in Europe, ice hockey is the most popular sport in Finland, with Formula 1 being the 2nd most watched in terms of TV audiences, and harness racing 2nd when it comes to spectator attendances. Finland's relative ambivalence to football has been reflected in their success, never having qualified for the World Cup, whilst their near neighbours Sweden have reached 3 semi-finals and 1 final. Finland's greatest footballers include Jari Litmanen, Jussi Jääskeläinen, and Sami Hyypiä. Venezuela. If we bring back that map of the world, you'll notice a rather large yellow anomaly at the top of South America. Few regions, if any, are as football mad as the South Americans. The likes of Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay have enjoyed enormous success on the international stage, whilst even less decorated nations like Colombia and Chile are similarly enthusiastic. Venezuela are very much the black sheep of the South American family then, where football plays 2nd fiddle, or possibly 3rd fiddle, if that's a thing, to baseball and basketball. Baseball is the nation's favourite sport, having enjoyed huge popularity since the country won the World Amateur Baseball Tournament back in 1941. Venezuela ranked 39th in FIFA's world rankings, but they've never qualified for a World Cup. So that's it for our top 7, but there should be some honourable mentions in the video description below. Thanks for watching, give us a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe to HITC Sevens.